So I thought once I gave up my house, we would be a little bit closer to moving to the Gambia. I really thought I was on my way. As we share with you guys uh, how we're working through our repatriation uh, resolutions. Okay. All right. So today we are going to deal with step one. So, what would be our first step to making a decision as to whether or not we are going to actually repatriate to our place is the Gambia. You all may have many other places that you want to repatriate to, but uh, because of my connection with the Gambia and me adopting my ancestry village, that's where I would like to repatriate. So, honey, as head of household, what would be your first uh, move as far as what we would have to do to repatriate on the continent of
Okay,
Africa,
that's
a
all
big
I.
continent?
Okay, first of all, I'd like to say good afternoon. Uh, my first outlook would be to go back and view Gambia as a place where I would like to spend, you know, the rest of my life or half of a year, whatever. You know, how I can adjust, make that adjustment. Because I spoke before I spoke, I only went for 7 days, 7 to 10 days, and that's not enough for me. Secondly, my wife has actually ties to Gambia as being a relative to the Kinte family and the village. She has many affiliations in the village and throughout Gambia for the last 15 years that she's been going. Matter of fact, 16 years coming up in January. So mine would be to go back, look at everything in a different way as before, where I looked at just doing a mission for her, helping her with a mission, getting the everything together as far as getting to the village, her medical supplies, and so many things we took over there to Africa. That was my primary purpose in going the first time. It was not looked at as a repatriation or to move there, which I say is a lovely place, but there's some things that I would have to be able to deal with on a day-to-day basis that I would it would take me some things to look at. I have to look at it from her different perspective. Then her perspective, hers is she's already, like you say, she's already in it. She's been going for 16 years. I went once in the last 5. So that's our biggest difference right now, And there's several things we have to talk about because I don't plan on working if I go. I was planning on just, I may help her with her mission or different things, but when I retired here, in the States, I was planning on doing maybe like mentoring to the youth, and I'm not sure how that's set up there or what I would have to do versus here. Here they already have programs there, and I wouldn't know how they set up. They would allow someone else to do it, but I have no idea. But like I said, by going back, I could find out a lot, and all of my friends very well know how I'm into music. Going there the first time, I didn't see a big venture as far as music. I didn't see a big thing. But through my research on my own, I found out that they're all nice venues. There's possibilities even in music, because I see people going from UK, from different other places, in and out of there, performing. Some from the US performing. And I may decide as being retired, I may want to get into my music somewhat. Not nearly as much as I used to. Not nearly. But I'm a music lover. I always have been since I was 6, 7 years old, 8 years old. So that's a big part of my life. Outside of my family, God, my family, work, music was my primary hobby. Primary I say one of my hobby or pastimes. Everybody have a different pastime. I wasn't into fishing or a lot of other things, hunting and all these lot of different things that my friends did into. I like travel, of course, but music was my thing. So I definitely have to take an in-depth look this time into the music industry as far as Gambia, because I didn't see that while I was there. I saw a few bands, a few little places that possibly you could play at, but I really didn't get into it like that. But I did like the wedding fellowship, and like I said, a big part of me was playing in church as well. So I saw that was a big possibility there for me to do that. But like I say, in retirement it's a whole different game. I just want to be able to enjoy my life. Starting having to work so young, life, that's all I've done. So, I want to enjoy my life, what's left that God has for me. And I think one thing that would be different for me was I went, as I said in my other video, there was a change in presidency going on at the time we went. And the country was beginning to be in turmoil. They were doing a lot of security, extra security. We'd have to stop every couple miles for checkpoints. And I don't think that's going on now. I think there's been a change of changing of the guard, changing the presidents, so it won't be all this security going on. It'll be more relaxed. Hopefully, when I go and review it the second time I go back. So that had a lot to do with it because you couldn't even take pictures or anything. It was so uptight. It was an uptight time for me. But when my wife has gone throughout the years, it's been relaxed. They go, the beaches are open and everything. It was a different time before her. So that being said, I'm praying that the government itself will change and the people will have more of an impact on things than I saw. I just saw, like I said, changing the president was something I didn't really understand. You couldn't take pictures, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. Everything was uptight. And I think I covered basically what I need to cover. But I say it's a beautiful place. They don't call it the Smiling Coast or Smiling something for nothing, because even from the village to Banjul, the people are just totally different. A different feel, where You gotta be in here. You have to watch everything. You still have to be careful. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But the overall, in general, the people themselves are beautiful. You know, and I'm not just saying that. You know, especially in the village. You know, you feel welcome in the village. You feel I don't know. You feel respected more than anything. You know, like I said, the climate here and states right. There's so much is going on here. You know, and Gambia reminds me of how I was once when I was a kid. You know, people respected their elders so much, and that has a lot to do with life. You know, you don't hear a lot of kids. You don't hear kids with profanity, using profanity, or just being outright disrespectful. You know, so that's a lot to do with has a lot to do with me checking it out for the second time. You know, like I said, one other area I was gonna touch on is the food and stuff. It's a lot of my wife eats off the local I guess the local restaurants. Matter of fact, sometimes she's gone and eaten off the markets and stuff. But like I say, she's a good cook. She was able to whatever I wanted. She was able to prepare for me. And I guess I wasn't really thinking of that the first time because I was I wasn't planning on doing all eating off. But she did a good job of bringing a little bit of our home there because she cooked my meal, the meals that I like. Well, they have the same foods and all that, probably even fresher. If you ask me, because the fish come right off the water. There's no, process and all this. It's fresh. The food is fresh. Market. Yeah, going to the market was kind of fun. Like I've been, like I say, I was raised in Georgia, and I was raised up in D.C. during the time when they had the market on New York Avenue or O Street or New York Avenue. So I used to go with my parents or my relatives to the market. Sort of was used to it, but it had been 30 or 40 years since I've gone. It's a little different because as an adult, you're looking at different things, this fresh meat out like that in the open. But I did it when I was a kid. I remember it just took me back when I was a child. So a lot of things that I've seen it. So I've seen live animals walking the street, chickens, farm animals out and about. But if you're from the city all your life, it's gonna take a little while to get used to it. But things are different from that aspect. But I would just say you have to go there. Actually, if you've never been overseas, like I said, I spent time in the Philippines for 4 years. You actually have to go and see what you're getting into, especially if you're from the city. But if you're from the country, been brought up, it's not too much different. Not too much different. But okay, your turn. What you got?
Okay, so our perspectives are different as far as repatriation. That's one of the reasons why I named the discussion conflict resolution of repatriation. Okay, because the difference in the way we are looking at repatriating. Okay, he's he wants to go somewhere when he retires, and he don't want to do anything. Maybe just enjoy his music. For me, going to the Gambia to repatriate, I'm going to work. I'm a serial entrepreneur. All right, I already have a nonprofit organization set up. And I'm registered here as a 501c3, and I'm registered in the Gambia as an NGO. So I'm already set up for one business. That's just one business that I'm going to do. I'm also looking forward to putting a vocational school in Jufre Village. So in our nonprofit, we've started a women's empowerment group where we're assisting the women with a micro entrepreneurship. Okay, and then we'll have some people going into, we're trying to get through this COVID, but while it's going on, we'll probably be sending or doing some virtual training and stuff like that. So we still are working anyway, and that's with my organization, Global Mission Society Incorporated. And so our perspectives are different in that he's looking to retire and just kind of like kick back and um, do his music, which I want him to because he's worked hard all his life. He's raised our children, and he's taken care of me. So he deserves to do whatever he wants to do. But my thing is, I also have done the same thing, so I deserve to do some things too. And so one of my things is um, to repatriate to the continent, to Gambia, and to be able to do my work with ease without having to travel back and forth. I mean, I love traveling back and forth because I love traveling. Period. I get excited every time I get ready to pack a suitcase to whether we traveling in a car, train, or a plane. So I just love traveling. Okay, so that part is, but it's not a problem. But my thing is to be over there for extended period of time to where I really could get some work done uh, that's needed to be done there. To really dedicate my time over there. To get some, some of the programs and stuff that we're implementing. Uh, in a better position. Okay. Um. So how does that, I guess, probably affect your way of thinking, or does it impact or in fact affect your way of thinking?
What's that?
Um, because the way I feel as far as going over, for
Well, I want you to because you've already started. Number one, and I mean, you put all this effort and energy into this for the last no less than I would say 10, 8 to 10 years. I would want you to do it. Like I said, I've been there as being a part of whether it was loading trucks or sending stuff over or any of those types of things. I wouldn't want you to do less since you've already started. But I mean, um, it's gonna be it's a two-way thing. Once you get there, I guess she must look at it. She's gonna have to look at it from that side, being there because everything comes from here. So now she's got to coordinate from if we move there, she's got to coordinate from here, back there. So I'll try to tell her the different things that she has to think about. If you're living there, to send things we got to coordinate from here and then back there. So that's I just want to be aware of how it's going to be. That's all. So unless you have and that's something that you have to work on yourself. If you have someone here handling things from here, then uh, having to work it up from there versus being there, come back, have it here. That's like double work. But if she really loves doing it, she would do it. But I mean, it's something for her to think about, and that's why I said I told her think about everything. Think about the big picture. You're not here. Whatever you do here, you're gonna need someone to help you, or you have to do it twice. So.
And when you speak it up, guys, is me shipping critical need items. Okay, what we do with my friends, my customers, my family members, my church members and friends, we all do a joint collective, and we ship over critical need items um, to Jufre Village. And sometimes it's large enough for a container. Other times it's just suitcases. Okay, but nonetheless, we're on a constant move with distributing items, to Jufre Village. Also, of course, the volunteers that help us to get those things done, that work with me on my mission, also benefit from um, the items and things that we collect and donate to the village. Okay. So what he's speaking of is if in fact we do repatriate over to the Gambia. Now instead of me coordinating um, my flight and the collections and packing of the critical need items from here, from the states to the port in the Gambia, or no, I'm sorry, to the port in Baltimore, um, Maryland, to the port, to the Gambia. I will, I will then be coordinating uh, people here in the states from Gambia. I'll be uh, coordinating with someone that's here in the states to make sure that they ship out the stuff from Baltimore to the Gambia. It's still the same process, except it'll be opposite. Okay, so I'll probably be flying in from the Gambia to the states here in Maryland because that's where my organization is based in Maryland. I'll be flying from Gambia to Maryland to make sure everything is straight for me to ship uh, to the Gambia. So it'll be the opposite way around. So anyway, it one way or the other, it's still work, okay. Um, and I guess until I get too old to do it, this is just what I love doing. So um, that's where I am with um, the work that I'm doing there in the Gambia. Um, I think our situation is um, challenging because we still have lots and lots and lots of family here. We have our children. We have we still have our parents. We lost our parents this year, last year. I lost my dad. Tony lost his mom, and so um, we thought, well, at least I thought, once we lost our parents, we were going to be on our way. At least that's how I took it. So, guys, in one of my videos, it says, so I was packing up my house and I thought I was on my way to Gambia. And that's what it was. I thought we were on our way to Gambia, a little closer to moving to the Gambia. Okay. So, but now, uh, we still having to work out some things. And so, what are some of the things that we are still working out, honey?
As far as what now?
Our repatriation, our actual decision to pack up the move.
Well, we just didn't, get the finance in order because, like I said, there's no jobs there. That's another thing. It's only what you make of it. If you're a business, like she's a businesswoman, she maybe get something started, but there's no jobs. You can't expect to get, even if you wouldn't get paid what you get paid. So it's really like, it's what you develop on your own and making your own for the local economy and getting, making jobs, businesses and stuff, and being able to do that, whether it be, I guess I heard that you can sell this and sell that. But like I said, I plan on doing, not a whole lot like that. I want to pursue my music. If I did anything, it'd be my music, basically. But as far as, is just, like I said before, there was, from what I saw, there's no jobs there for people that really go, if they're going somewhere to work, you have to create a job, a business, or something like that. But she ain't.
Okay, so so here's my thing, guys. I don't understand what his concerns are. As far as I don't understand why he's concerned, because when he retires, he gets an automatic check. For me, I get zero. Okay, so well, that's not true either because I get Social Security. Okay, so 4 more years I'll get Social Security. Is that right? 4 more years?
Yeah, about 4.
Okay, so
yeah.
five. Okay, so 5 more years, guys. I get Social Security and whatever I put in my IRA. Okay, so I am willing, which that's what I have done already. I bought my house when I was 28. Okay, I stayed in there. I had raised my children for 25 plus years. We stayed in our house. Okay, I gave up my house because I was trying to shed off whatever kind of debt that we had. I wanted to get rid of it. Okay, the only debts that we have now is our car notes, and we have some small credit cards and a few bills and things like that. So, guys, you all can share in the comment um, um, section of the live stream, or you all can comment on our Smorgasbord YouTube channel as to how you all prepared. The ones of you that's over there in the Gambia already, how did you all prepare financially to get prepared or make the decision, or how what made you feel secure enough to actually make the move? What could I do to help my husband to finally feel secure enough to actually pull the trigger to make the move? Um, so that's where we are now. It's just moving. Now our house was 300 and something thousand dollars. Okay, so that's gone. All right. So now we have, like I said, we just have our car notes. The only thing that's holding us here, of course, we have our family. We can visit. We can talk on, as far as I'm concerned, we can talk on Messenger, Facebook Live, Zoom. We have all this technology now to where we don't have to miss one another. We can just talk. It's like we're just right there in the house with one another. And so I just don't see the holdup. But honey, go ahead.
Like I said, I just didn't see enough for me to move there. In all honesty, like I said, I went in a bad time. Election year, and it was just a lot going on in gambling. But I was able to see a little, maybe like I say, 5 to 7 days of it. And that 5 to 7 days, believe me, I worked harder than I did on my job. So I didn't have the best leisure experience. If you say like leisure experience, couples will go and just go around. I had 15 minutes just at the maybe half an hour at the beach. That's it. No more. The rest was grind and work. I worked harder there than I worked on my own job. So, like I said, when I go back, I will look, like I said, at it as a possible place to live. But like I said, it doesn't have, I didn't see what I wanted to see. So going back, I would look at it from that perspective, And that's why I wanted her to go back the same way to really look at it. Because when she goes, she's 100% mission. 100%. She don't take time to do anything. She may go to a beach or something for maybe one day. But the rest is travel. Because just to go to the village, it takes I think 2 hours. You got to ride, you have to wait. You ride a ferry for an hour, then you in the village is at least an hour ride from the ferry. So when you go to the village, that's your whole day practically. Because when you get back, you're tired. Depending on what time you start out and what time you leave the village, actual village. Because it takes at least 2-3 hours to get there. And 2-3 hours to get back. That's 6 hours right there. So you don't have a lot of time in between. And like I say, dealing with the courts or government over there is really, really, really slow. Whatever you have to do, it takes a lot longer. You have to wait. They don't have the technology is not there, but maybe some improvements from the phone service, um, the banking and all that kind of stuff will be maybe has improved since then. Because you have to realize it's a small country. It is the smallest country in Africa, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is the smallest. So the technology there is just the same way. It's not. I can imagine it's not as up to date as say Ghana's, Nigeria or places like that. I wouldn't think Gambia was. I guess the infrastructure wasn't as up to date as those countries, as most African countries, cities, because it's a small country, so they're not, they don't have probably the what do you call it, the revenues or whatever to upgrade. But maybe since 2016, when I went, maybe they have. I've heard they have electric in different places, and I heard the guy what's his name, Akon or someone. I think it's Akon. He's doing a lot of stuff for Senegal. So Senegal surrounds Gambia, so it's within Gambia. I mean, Gambia's within Senegal rather. So imagine a lot of stuff that's going to filter to Gambia by way of Senegal. If Senegal gets out, I'm pretty sure Gambia will get it too. So those are things that they look at. I'm just waiting to hear from a lot of couples that are already there to give me some insight on different things. That I may have a question on. A lot of stuff my wife she can't answer. A lot of stuff she can't answer. And I mean that's as you give. I mean, I may not see my family every day, every year, every week, but knowing that I can is, I guess, probably other than that. Like I said, 4 years ago, it was hard. Really, it was very hard. Because like I say, it was time when they would call and this happened. And I couldn't be there. I couldn't be there on time. You got a flight. Flights are a lot, slower. You have to wait. Might have to wait a day to get a flight. I don't know. A lot of things considered. They have an airport in Banjul in Gambia, but as far as getting out and in a speedy way, I don't know because it's small and it's slow. It's very slow. But hopefully things have improved since then. When I go back, I'll be able to compare 2016 to where when I go and see what they've improved on. Where she's gone for the last 16 years, that's a big difference. She's seen it grow since then, I imagine. 16 years. So that's what I mean. That's
so all right. So we had on the table for a minute, guys. Considering a long distance relationship, if I was going to move forward to the Gambia, I thought about it. I considered it. I probably thought about it for a couple months. And it seemed ideal for a minute, but the examples that we had around us as far as long distance relationships, it just was something that I just was not impressed with. Let me say that. So long distance relationship is for me, I feel like long distance relationship is out the window. I don't know, he toys with it from time to time, but I don't know, how do you feel?
I mean, it's possible, but I mean, we have to see. Let me see. Like I said, her whole purpose is different from mine. Her purpose is her mission, her work. She has several groups over there. I don't have any of those things. So it's like, she has a purpose for going. And she created that purpose where when she goes, I'm working here and taking care of whatever. And she has a reason. And plus, on top of it, her family is there. Her family, you know, as a proven fact that she's related to the Kinte family down through the seventh generation. So she has a lot. So as far as connection than I am, a lot as far as ties. She built those ties within for 16 years. I haven't built any ties with the people, with the country itself, and it's like a relationship, you know, it's built, developed, you know. So I don't have a developed relationship there as she does. Just from what she tells me through her, I learned about Gambia. I learned about the mission that she's doing, the different groups that she started, you know, and it's several. She started several groups, you know, and she's really been supporting them, really by not through help from family and friends, but basically through herself, through her hard work, you know, fundraisers and stuff. So she has a tight relationship. The only thing I have is when I went, and I was there for a couple of days, and I haven't been since. But like I said, going back will make the difference for me. It will resolve a lot of my own questions that she can't answer for me, that I have to know for myself, you know. Because it's I'm not saying give up a lot, but if I'm going somewhere and you know it's not what I'm used to, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of like trying to adjust to something. I'm almost 58, adjusting to certain way, certain things that I'm used to, you know. So I don't know. I mean, it's going to be, I guess, just to see what happens when I go back. You know, I say 10 times versus 1 time. That's a lot, you know. And a lot of stuff I don't know, you know. A lot of things. When she knows hundreds of people and they know her, I don't know. I met a couple of her supporters. That's it, you know. So we'll see. I heard of a lot of people are they're repatriating back there, going back to live, you know, land, property.
I'm so
stuff,
excited.
you know, and we'll see. You know,
I am so excited, y'all.
You know, but long distance will be kind of rough, but we'll see. Time is the key with us, you know, and being able to make an honest assessment for yourself, you know, because she's already made it. Like I said, she's happy when she goes there. I've never seen her happy in her life. You know, from the first time to the last time or last year, she comes back a different person. You know, peaceful, happy, and just, you know, to have a different attitude about everything is totally different, because I guess, you know, like I said, being around the people, there is no, you know, everything is peaceful there, you know, and I can't deny that. I can't deny the peaceful, but it's just that things that you normally used to doing, you know, like I said, music. I don't know how far if they're behind. They may be up to date with music. I have no idea. These are things I have to check out for myself. You know, she's going to be doing a mission. She already has a plan. She already has different things set, getting things in the process of being set up.
Already have a church.
You know, so all this stuff is already. She's been going to the church over there for 10 years when she goes. As a matter of fact, it's probably 2 churches, because one guy, no, there are 2. One guy left and started his own church. So, you know, so she probably.
And then I'm going to check out my Shipper's church as well.
Oh, that's 3. That's 3.
So that's 3 churches.
Right.
Yeah, that I'm gonna check out his uncle's church, and so they're Methodist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, if you guys would check out some of the videos, and I'm gonna try to put up some of my videos as well, trekking through the Gambia. I have so much stuff that I had overload when I first started going on VHS that I literally have to download off of VHS to put it on DVD, you know, in order for me to even get you to see some of the stuff that you know, some of the travels and things like that. So that's why I'm grateful to some of the YouTubers that's over there now so that you all can see it. And then I have stuff that's in my tablet and everything that I'm gonna have to forward over so that I can also put it up on my page and to share with you, because most of my stuff basically is doing mission work because that's what I do when I go there. But there's times where I'm eating at restaurants and stuff like that. I just have to find them. I just recorded most things, downloaded most things that I was doing with mission work because for the cause, because of trying to build and find good help with building my nonprofit organization, and trying to find volunteers to help us with the village and um, getting that off the ground. And this is one of the hardest tasks that I've ever had to do, is just finding finding help, finding people that um, that really want to really impact uh, people's lives. Not just mouth service, not lip service, but actually do the work. You know. Anyway, um, so I think, let me see. I'm trying to look at my little notes here. So we wanted some folks to chime in and ask us questions or anything that any other couples might be grappling with, um, about deciding whether or not they want to repatriate. We know a couple of couples that are just like we are. Just they're considering repatriating over to the continent. Maybe not Gambia, but to Ghana or Tanzania or different areas on the continent. So please like, share, and subscribe to our station, to our channel rather, the Smorgasbord channel, and ask your questions there, and then I can respond back. Tony and I can respond back to you, and then or we could bring the question up live on our discussion panel. Um, Guys, in order for us to react um, live like this, and in order for us to talk to one another, we have to have 1,000 subscribers. So guys, like, share, and subscribe our video. Subscribe and have your friends to subscribe so that we can actually do this live. Because the closer I get to, okay, we're here at 2021, and I'll be going in March. So I need to have 1,000 subscribers. So in March, y'all can follow my journey, okay? Over there, as Tony and I make our decision to repatriate over to the Gambia, West Africa. He'll get to follow me, and do live, and talk to me while I'm, actually there on the continent. So, but we have to have 1,000 subscribers in order for us to do this thing live. So, guys, help us, okay? Like, share, and subscribe. Tell all your friends and all other couples who are interested in doing this, or just interested in following us as we make our decision. Of course, I've already made mine, so I'm just waiting on my husband. Okay, so anyway, baby, what's your last word?
That's it. I basically covered everything I need to cover. Yeah, I'm covered.
So, guys, put your questions in the comment.
I said, no, I've covered everything. That's everything.
Okay, so put your questions. If you want to ask us any questions, or you want to ask Tony any questions about anything as far as our repatriation or decision making, or how he or something that he didn't cover when he was, on live, just put it up there. We love to answer and comment. Okay. All righty. So I think that's it. So I hope I answered the person who came in on my channel and said, or what, so I moved out the house and I thought I was on my way to Gambia, the question, or what? So, or what was, I am a couple. I'm waiting for my husband. That's the answer. Okay? All right. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Love y'all.
Yeah.
Okay.
So which one to come out on?
Oh, we had 12 views. See?
Which one goes to
Oh,
what?
wait a minute. Let me turn this off. So we can.
So which one when you
Oh, we
post?
just want a video. Wait a minute.
No, I said which one? Because that's the one that's actually on the